Welcome back to TGA, or These Guys Again, a weekly film podcast where we talk about films and all things related to films. I am Craig, our news hound Mark, across from me. Very good.
You stole it from me.
Is that what you're going to do?
No.
And on audio, smooth, slick Irv.
I just seen Sunshine. It's pretty good.
Damn right it is.
It's a good film. It's a good film.
We'll save it for Sexy Sci-Fi Special. Special.
What was that?
We'll save it for Sexy Sci-Fi Special.
Sexy Sci-Fi Special. This is news to me.
I'll probably only do it when
excited.
Blade Runner comes out if it's not disappointing.
Ooh, but it's from the guy who did Sicario.
Sicario. Which you've also now seen.
Yeah.
And what do you
it's
think?
also pretty good.
It's also pretty good. It's good.
It's really
Pretty
good.
superb.
Yeah.
It's
Although
pretty superb.
Pretty superb. Also, I didn't really... Well, I sort of got that little bit of vibe when you said it was like a setup film. Mm-hmm. But... yeah, a setup for Benicio.
It feels like an intro. It does feel like an intro, but it's got a...
It's got a full arc for...
No, that's what I was going to say. It feels like an intro,
Blunters.
but not in a way that it's, you can't
because there's
enjoy
Blunters, Beniciers, and Jossers, mate.
Jossers.
Brawlers.
It feels like an introduction to the character, but at no point did I feel this just feels like a long TV episode. The first episode in the series.
It does feel like an intro to the character, but at the same time, I felt it was kind of like he is always on the outside, so he doesn't need that much of a backstory.
He's kind of like Mad Max.
Yeah, exactly.
He's kind of like a window character. Well, no, he's not. That we have our character that we follow.
Yeah,
he's just that. What is he going to do?
And his new nickname is Todders. There you go.
Taurus.
Todders, Blowers, and Blunters.
Blunters is the only one that isn't annoying to say.
Yeah.
Isn't difficult to say. Okay, Mark, rock us with the news.
Not much this week.
Oh, come on. I wish I hadn't called you a news hound. Now you're just like this news guy. Maybe a news cat.
News pup.
Because they don't bring anything back.
There's genuinely not been that much news.
Yeah. News
don't know.
puppy looks adorable but makes a mess.
What about your connections?
There's still more here than when I wasn't here. And your attempt at the news.
Mine took 5 minutes. Irv was with me, and I literally went on my phone and went on IMDb and clicked the first 3 links.
And I was like, yeah, that counts.
We were like, we can't be bothered doing this anymore. Let's just go. let's just fire it up. And we did. But we can stretch out those 3 articles long enough.
John Boyega has been cast in Kathryn Bigelow's upcoming film about 1960s Detroit riots. It's her latest film, and it's the first thing she's done since Zero Dark 30, so it's highly anticipated. She's still doing something sooner than James Cameron, but...
Zing.
Does this tie in with Deuce Bigelow at all? You said Bigelow, so
Kathryn Bigelow, that's her name.
Deuce Bigelow. European Gigolo. Great film.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We enjoyed it, Mark. Don't even pretend we didn't enjoy it. It's an amazing film.
Yeah.
But no, I haven't seen... Did she do Hurt Locker before?
Yes.
Yes. Hurt Locker, really enjoyed. Have not seen Zero Dark 30, but was told it was really boring.
It's not boring. It's got Chastain in it.
Mic drop, but don't drop the mic.
Story-wise, is it boring?
No, it's quite an interesting take on the whole process.
And it's not Chastain, it's Chasters, mate.
Chasters, mate.
That one works. I'm going to give Chasters.
Jezzy Chasters.
So, Blunters and Chasters. By any chance,
team.
are we going to stray anywhere away from the Ers at the end, or is that always what it's going to be?
It's also got that guy who I really like, I always forget his name, the guy from Rise of the Planet of the Apes and...
Chris Pine.
Oh,
Joel Edgerton.
Oh, no. Oh, what's his name? Jason Clark.
Jason Clark, yeah.
Clarkers.
Chasers. Chasers. But no, and...
Can we call him Jay-Z Clark?
The final...
Jay-Z.
Jay-Z Clark.
Like the final sort of half an hour is extremely well filmed. Like the actual raid to get Bin Laden. And you've got Chris Pratt in the SEAL team as well.
This is the one he got in shape for, isn't it?
Yeah. You got Chris Pratt and then the guy from... All I can think of is Gods and Kings, the guy that played...
Gerard Butler.
No.
That's Kings. That's Gods and Kings. That was Joel
Gods
Edgerton.
and Kings, okay.
There was Joel Edgerton in that.
Gods and Kings of Egypt.
This is the guy that was the Pharaoh opposite Christian Bale. That is Joel Edgerton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so,
Why is everyone thinking it's Joel Edgerton?
It's got Joel Edgerton.
I was just thinking of
If it
Hercules.
isn't, that one person who's listening will say in the comments.
It's got an interesting cast, an unexpected cast, like right at the end when the special forces come in. It's like, whoa, who are all these people?
Yeah, he's in Warrior as well.
Yeah.
Good guy.
He's good.
Good guy. Oh, and the film you saw recently that you really
Midnight
enjoyed.
Special.
Midnight Special.
Yes, that's the one.
Got a weird face.
It's been confirmed that James Earl Jones will be back to reprise the voice of Darth Vader in Rogue One. Lucasfilm president Kathleen Kennedy admits that while he may loom large at a key strategic moment in the film, he'll actually be used in the movie very sparingly.
I'm hoping it's going to be like the start of GoldenEye, and he comes through the vent in the toilet. That would be my favorite entrance if you just came in that way. That'd be great. But it's not a surprise.
No.
But still welcome.
Yeah.
I could do what I want. I don't have any children. Twist!
It's not a surprise, but it was sort of hinted a while ago that it wouldn't be James Earl Jones, or they'd be reusing old lines.
Or they'd get Keith David, because his voice is awesome. Gargoyles!
You can't. It doesn't work like that, Craig.
Totally does. You don't get a guy that sounds like him, just go out there.
The original idea was that he's not supposed to be in it very much at all. They were just going to recycle lines from episode 4 or something.
What if this
really
do you think this is to do with the reshoots then? You think he's just getting substantially more? Because there was rumors that could be something.
Well, there's so many rumors been flowing around about this, including one that all the Vader scenes were way too brutal. But the president here has said that he'll play a key part of the film, but won't be in it that much.
As threatening as a man who's just a face, a torso, and a wrist. It's great.
Hopefully it's all just space politics.
Oh, I can't wait for more of that.
I'm pretty sure the Senate's been obliterated.
There's a 20-minute wait for them to go through a referendum process.
It's not Vader, but it's coming up.
Finally, Alicia Vikander and Emma Stone have both been cast separately to play a young Agatha Christie in biopics that are being developed by rival Hollywood studios.
It's a shame Vikander doesn't work. It's just Vikanders.
Vikanders.
So
And Stonesers.
Why are you making them sound even more awkward than they need to be?
I know.
I say cast. It might actually be cast. They just been lined up.
Canders and Stonesy.
But Vikander has been approached by Sony to play the crime author in her formative years, unhappy with traditional wife and mother expectations.
Yep.
Stone, on the other hand, has been penciled in for Paramount's look at the missing 11 days of her life in 1926, subject that was apparently already covered in Michael Apted's 1979 film Agatha, although I have not seen it.
I hope that there is a deal between them, like Marvel... like Disney / Marvel did with Fox, and they make a master cut. That'd be amazing. Just tie them both together. It'll be so jarring and horrible.
Make no sense.
If they both do the makeup just right, you could maybe blend them.
It would be like that sort of, was it that Emporium of Dr. Panaganakis or whatever?
Parnassus.
Dr.
Parnassus.
Imaginarium.
It's Dr.
I keep on getting the thingy.
The Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus.
Yeah, because I keep on getting the thing with that Wonder Panorium or blah, blah, blah.
That's
Wonderflonium.
You're thinking of Megorium's Wonder Emporium. Yeah. Mr. Megorium's Wonder Emporium.
God.
Why I struggle at every time I struggle with actors' names. Why am I remembering these? Why am I remembering and pronouncing these stupid names?
Because your mind works in stupid ways.
Yeah. It's like, Craig can remember Mr. Megorium's Wonder Emporium, but he won't remember the name of Tom Selleck. This is ridiculous.
So
I'm done.
That's the end of the news. But before we move on, there is something else I just want to say.
Is this Mark's hot pick?
About Game of Thrones.
Okay.
Something that we've never really covered before because...
GOTs, mate.
Is this a spoiler?
Irv sucks and he doesn't watch it. And Craig sucks and he likes to wait and watch it all at once.
I watch them in like a solid day and get thrown out my nut.
Whoa, mate.
So
that's what I call it. I get thrown out my nut.
This is not spoilers, but just I wanted to say that the last 2 episodes, episode 9... Battle of the Bastards,
which is always a big episode for Game of Thrones,
and episode 10, Winds of Winter.
War of the Bastards, no.
Winds of Winter are 2. Battle of the Bastards is one of the best episodes of any TV show I've ever seen, and has one of the best fantasy / swords and shields, swords and bows and arrows and swords, that sort of medieval combat.
Mr. Megorium's Wonder Emporium.
I don't word good.
I've been good at England since I was a children.
Shields and mithril and
has one of the best. I wanted to say swords and sorcery, but it's not really sword and sorcery. Has one of the best sword and shield combat battles
dragons
I've ever seen as well. Like, it's very, very, very well made, very well filmed, and the whole thing is great. I like Game of Thrones. I've watched it all. When
I thought
they've
you
been coming
loved
out.
Game of Thrones.
No.
Really?
No,
you're really
No. It's Claire that's really into it.
No.
Like I like it. Like it's, but I think it's up until now overrated.
Yeah.
In the amount of
Its budget really didn't reflect what it needed to be early on. I loved how the massive tribes of thousands that were supposed to be
The
there
Dothraki,
were personified by 5 people at all times. It was sharp.
but still, I liked it. And I've watched it through, and I've liked the whole lore and everything that's going on. But I don't think it's God's gift to TV that everyone, well, a lot of people think it is.
It's the hype train, yeah.
Yeah, but I have to say, this series for me has been a bit meh. It's had its high points and a few low points, but the last episode 10, was absolutely amazing because it's grabbed every single plot except for maybe 1 or 2 that are intentionally left still dangling, but it basically grabbed every single plot thread that's been hanging for the last 2 seasons and just yanked everything forward, and now everything is on even keel, and it was stunning.
It's ramping up for the last season quite well.
There's 2 seasons left.
2 seasons?
Yeah.
Doso.
2 seasons.
Really?
But 2 short.
1 book, 2 seasons.
Yeah.
It's also like the book that was got delayed finishing before.
Well,
this-
this will finish before.
This series is based on a book that hasn't been finished yet, The Winds of Winter.
And they have said beforehand, for anyone who doesn't know, that this series will finish before the book series is done, but it will use the same ending. So he's already confirmed he feels it wouldn't be loyal if he made a different he changed the ending, because that's the intention.
And they woke up and it was all a dream in history.
Dallas.
Well, a lot of the major things, the significant things that happen in this series, that there's quite a few that happen throughout it, and major ones right at the end, like the last episode, that brings everything right forward. All these have been written basically by George R.R. Martin, so they're all even though the individual bits and how they get to these points might not be exactly how they're going to be written, the actual main key aspects are.
The major cliff notes of the story will be the same.
Yes.
It's just these little meandering points, they'll be different.
But still, these last 2 episodes have been some of the best TV I've ever seen.
That's good.
And it's made me so excited for what's to come. So now I really love Game of Thrones, purely on these last 2 episodes.
I'm looking forward to getting through and OOT MA NUT. I'm looking forward to it.
Because the issue I've always had with it is majority of the series, nothing ever happens.
That's why I watch it all at once. I can't stand watching it episode to episode. And it's just not the sort of series I would do that. It's much better to watch this entire arc of a season in one go.
I would be tempted to agree with you, because there was one, I think episode 5.
And I don't get spoiled because of the way I look at the internet.
Episode 5 or 6, Claire went offshore for a couple of weeks, and then we did a couple of other things. So we missed 3 or 4 episodes. So I think we watched the last 5 episodes in one go, just caught all the way up.
That's a great way.
And that made it. I think that also helped to make the ending just like kapow.
It makes up for the pace that they kind of struggle with.
But you'll have to let me know what you think of it.
I will.
And you should watch it. The first series is amazing. If you like the first series, get to the rest.
There's no reason to have Sean Bean in it.
They have needless nudity and stuff everywhere, but once it gets past, you're kind of like, okay,
if you like the first series, Google the second series all the way up to episode 8 of series 5 and then watch it.
Why? Because you don't like that whole middle section.
It's so dull. Hard Home is one of the best.
No, again, if you watch them all together, they're not as bad. It's just watching week to week. But I don't think everyone always makes a big deal about spoilers and things, and I've never really struggled against spoilers until last week when Mark spoiled something, despite being warned multiple times it probably contained a spoiler. And like, no, it's fine. It's completely fine. It's not it's fine. No, it's fine. Mark, you just spoiled it.
Nah, I've already had was it seasons 1, something in season 3, and this one.
But you won't know when they'll happen because it's all over the place, so you're fine.
I remember things. I'm screwed.
My bad.
Oh, I remember everything as well, but the problem is you'll be so nervous the whole time. You're like, is it now? No, it's not.
Hi, Craig.
Yeah, Mark. Just don't talk to Mark. Okay.
Someone at some point in time might be in some pain.
Was that the news?
That was news. News ended ages ago.
News.
Craig. Jackie Brown.
I haven't watched it. I actually was going to watch it this week, and I never did.
Ooh, exciting. It's
I know.
getting closer.
I know. I'm planning to now, which means it's coming.
Schedule.
It's coming.
Is it time for the amazing section?
Yeah, Irv. Mark doesn't like this section particularly, so I've stopped. But Irv has an idea. Irv, throw it down.
So, Mark, you'll particularly appreciate this one.
Oh yeah.
So, in the blue corner, we have Jai of the Courtneys.
Jai of the Courtneys. What?
At least the Courtneys.
And then in the red corner, we have Sam Worthington.
Oh my God!
The most difficult part isn't the fact that these guys have had two varying careers. The most difficult part is making you care about either of them, because they're just there, and not in the way that, like, let's give them a bit of benefit. They're not just there the way that Jesse Eisenberg and Michael Cera are, because they're just there in more mass. But unfortunately, that mass is kind of like a quantity over quality sort of thing here, because they're just kind of, you don't care. You really don't.
This is such a great pairing.
If their job was just to get in shape, then fine. But the problem is you're asking them to act. And apparently you can get a job in acting without even having to do that part properly. So it's just really stupid. I mean, credit to them. Their topless scenes will be excellent. It's just a shame that they can't carry the story.
Oh my God.
So I remember like winding Mark up before when I was like, oh, the third one's like Donald Gleason. He's not the guy that's in everything and can't act.
Yeah. Because what is it? Sam Worthington's been in Blue Pocahontas and he's been in Blue Pocahontas
With wolves.
He's been in Arnold Schwarzenegger's Taken. He's been in both versions.
Clash of Gods.
I was going to say he's been in both part 1 and part 2 of the muscled up Percy Jacksons. So I really
What's on the
Percy Roids.
I can't remember what it is, but it's the film that was done by the guy that did.
Not only that, we also did.
Is that the one with the drug cartel?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
What about Salvation?
Haven't seen it. Oh wait, no, I have seen Salvation. Yeah,
but it's from McGee.
Well, no, that's really good casting because he played a robot, so that's kind of perfect. We need you to be hollow, and he's like, "How do I do that?" They're like, "Perfect." He has the role. James Cameron recommended him. Why? I don't know. He was probably drunk.
Sam 1, Jai 0.
James Cameron's sitting there thinking, "How can I produce a film? It's been so long, and I'm trying so hard." In the background, sounds like, "Hey, James, could I get a job?" It's like, yeah. Here,
I was in that film that was kind of based on a film you did.
Perfect. Take it away. It's like, how do I recreate True Lies? But yeah, Sam Worthington, he's had a career.
I'm so glad we did.
Who's the other guy? Because I've already forgotten him.
Jai Courtney.
Oh, Jai Courtney.
Jai of the Courtneys.
Jai of the Courtneys.
The guy that was the bad guy in Not John Wick. Yeah.
One of the bad guys in Not John Wick.
Yeah. I remember he wore a jacket.
Oh, got you.
I remember he wore a jacket and he killed people.
With a sniper.
I know, but again, that doesn't really narrow him down. Is it Shooter? I don't know. It could be any film.
Oh, and then there's Live Soft.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and Die Free.
Again, I didn't think that was him. I actually replaced... Because I've not seen it. I've only seen the cover, and I've replaced him with the guy that played Chase in 3rd season of 24, because they both look like... They both look like a guy with a shaved head and muscles. So, yeah. This is a really hard one for me, because you're asking me to base it off of... There's nothing I can quantify on this graph.
Spartacus.
The best I can do, I can't do a bar graph in my head of quality. I can do a Venn diagram. I can do a Venn diagram of meh where they overlap, and the center is just forgettable.
He wasn't too bad in Spartacus.
Yeah, you could do a bod graph.
A bod graph.
He was kind of likable in Spartacus, actually.
Mm. And also in the Suicide Squad trailers, oh, he's Aussie and he drinks beer.
But again, the only time I've seen it, the only thing I can remember in the Suicide Squad trailer is him creeping through a door and him drinking. And both of those don't make me think, wow, great
Nuance.
casting. They cast him because he's Australian, didn't they?
There's one film that I like him in. I'm sure there's one film.
Wasn't he in Jack Reacher?
I thought that was not John Wick.
Yeah, but I've liked films that loads of actors are.
Wait. Can we establish what not John Wick is?
No, John Wick. Yeah, it's the one with Tom Cruise.
Yeah, Jack
Reacher. Yeah.
Sorry, just because he started talking about Jack Reacher, I was like, wait, it was not John Wick, something else?
I'm trying to remember, wasn't he slightly likable in that?
He was
Or-
well, he was
oh.
a meathead in that.
Yeah.
He's kind of like that thing, you know, where when we were talking, Irv and I were talking about Wonder Woman ages ago, and we're like, oh, who could play Steve Trevor? It's like you just kind of have to get a guy that, you know, looks like he could be every other guy. And we both straight away said Chris Pine, and he got cast. Now, Chris Pine has shown he actually has some, what's that thing called, character. And so he, you know, it's quite good he's in the role. Jai Courtney, if you wanted a version of that had nothing behind it, you'd get that.
I just want to correct Irv because he said live soft and whatever. But
Die Hard.
Yeah, but that's Die Hard 4, and he's in A
I know
Good Day to
5.
Die Hard.
Yeah. I know. It was Craig who said the subtitle. I just said live soft. So give him the spanking.
I've not seen any of them. So don't blame me.
I see the poster and I go, nah.
You guys are criticizing me. All I'm doing is judging them shallowly as human beings. And you guys are trying to make it about film when we should be making it about how stupid they are.
I'm gonna go with Sam Worthington because Jai Courtney straight up murdered Kyle Reese.
Ooh, personal vibes, mate.
That's true.
Straight up murdered Michael Bihn's memory.
True.
If he gets cast as Hicks in Alien 5, I'm just gonna.
Ooh.
Your performance as Kyle Reese was outstanding. Let's recast you as Michael Bihn's other character.
How do you look at Michael Biehn and go, that's Jai Courtney?
Right?
It's like,
Oh, I'd love it if they did twist casting. Jai Courtney as Newt.
that'd be great. Or The Rock. oh man.
Michael Shannon.
Michael. Like, it's like, but I don't get it. It's this weird thing. It's like, I don't look at Gary Oldman and go, maybe we should put Will Smith in his character. That's perfect. You're just like, no, this is a completely different person. Don't put them in.
Is that actually happening?
No. I'm just using an example of two completely different people you just put together.
Okay.
Don't make it about anything it's not supposed to be about. But yeah, no. Do you know why? I'm like, this is horrible. I'm gonna have to give it to Sam Worthington because the only thing I can see them competing on is being in better shape. And I've seen Sam Worthington's been topless. Sam Worthington's been topless in more scenes, and at the same time, I can actually remember more films that Sam Worthington's
He's
been in.
unemotional, but I don't dislike him in films. I dislike Jai Courtney.
Oh yeah, and also Sam Worthington he's pretty alright in Sabotage.
Yeah. That's what it's called.
That's the film we were thinking of.
That's the.
But you said Jai Courtney before, and that threw me off.
Did I say Jai Courtney?
Yep.
I knew what you were talking
I
about.
definitely
anyway.
meant Sam Worthington because
Yeah.
he doesn't look anything like Sam.
I definitely meant the more bland guy.
He doesn't look anything like Sam.
He has the
Yeah.
beard.
Yeah.
He has the beard.
Like, doesn't he have like a mohawk or
And the tattoos and all that, yeah.
This is the thing. Because I said the only way I could do it is based off of the mass or quantity they put on, I'm going to base it entirely on quantity because I remember more films that Sam Worthington's been in. So yeah, he wins.
Yeah.
Where do you lie on
I
the?
was going with Sam anyway. Because also I feel sorry for Sam because it's just like he was just a product of just like someone being thrust. You know, it's like people love you, Sam. And he's like, yeah, all right.
Well, to be honest, he was living in his car not too long beforehand. So
yeah.
good on him.
Flawless victory.
And I don't really mind him in Salvation, and he's good in Sabotage.
I don't mind him in anything. That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, he's a meathead and doesn't have that much charisma, I suppose, but he's likable in everything he's done. Whereas Jai Courtney is like a piece of wood
But we'll see if that wood can float
in Suicide Squad
in Suicide
with
Squad.
boomerangs and beer.
Doesn't matter. There's enough other cast members that we won't care. Sorted. I'm glad that all of these have been unanimous and we haven't had any kind of like debate
Pub
yet.
brawl, yeah.
It's all
And
fine.
also, I love how the first line I said to Craig when I do this is like, "Don't tell Mark."
Yeah, and I didn't. So here we are.
Yeah.
That's the end of another section that I haven't named yet where we put two actors against each other. Oh man, we haven't done directors. Oh, that could be so good.
We're cinematographers. My frame's better than yours. Take it back.
Who are those two people that you said? They're two well-established makeup artists. No, we won't go
Best
that far.
boys.
We won't go that far.
Gaffers.
Best key grip.
Not the one that Christian Bale
hit
shouted
that
at.
director really hard in the face.
All right, moving on. We'll go on to our main feature, our review of the week, which is Independence Day
Resurgence.
Forever, previously Independence Day 2, the one that came after Independence Day 1.
ID24 squared.
July the 4th be with you, Mark.
July the 4th be with you, mate.
I'm trying to think, how's that work in Mays?
May the, oh God, we're into July now. Yeah. No, May the
30-something, 40.
No, it'd be like the 59th or something.
Oh yeah,
I feel like they
I forgot June existed.
they have this day that they kind of have to hit for America to make it, like go with it thematically, and then with us they're like, just give it to them.
Well, I think
just throw it at them.
I think it's quite like poetic almost that it was released on the day that Britain gained its independence.
And then previously to that, like Boris Johnson closed like a debate thing with a speech.
This could be our Independence Day.
And that's amazing.
No, it's not.
Yeah. I don't know why they'd release a film to celebrate a stupid decision, but it's just what they do.
Yeah.
They didn't do it on purpose. I'm just saying it was quite poetic. That's the way it ended up.
Or maybe it was their plan all along. It's the aliens, man. They know.
It's all a big marketing campaign that's been running so deep. Oh, that'd be amazing. But yeah, so...
Yo, guys, it was just a joke. We actually unanimously voted to remain.
It's a button check.
But we wanted to get Independence Day's numbers as high as possible. Didn't work. Okay, so... I saw it... I didn't see it with you guys. Did you guys see it together or separately?
No.
All separately?
All separate.
Nice. So we have not had our opinions skewed. So first off, did you enjoy it?
No.
Yes to no.
I enjoyed it, but not in the way they all want me to enjoy it. It's
Oh yeah, we loved it. It's like an
Cool story, Hansel.
yeah. Leaving it there.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it in a way that I feel they don't intend it, like the way that a parent buys a present for their child and they get the present, they go, yes, throw away the present and get in the box and just have a great time.
And live in the box, yeah.
You're not enjoying this the way you're supposed to, but at least you have it. So at least you spent your money on the film.
At least you are enjoying it.
At least you now have a house, Craig.
They don't care. They have our money. So that's all they wanted. So yeah. First off, this is a Roland Emmerich film.
Yeah.
Again. And this is...
Again.
Or as we'd say, Lord Emmerich.
Yeah.
But
this is his typical style of film as well.
No, it's not.
Nah, mate.
Well, it's typical in terms of the big CG explosive. I was trying to say explodey fest, but
Explosy buildy.
structurally,
Crumbly.
Buildy boom boom.
structurally, this is a very weird film.
It's terrible.
It's very weird.
It's very artsy.
Sorry.
Oh, it's not.
All the Oscars.
Where's it going to go next? Oh, the suspense, the twists.
But yeah, let's. How did we feel? Usually I start with how the film looked, but that's all you can really say about it. They could be slightly beneficial to the film.
We can confirm there was motion.
In its defense, I did have a smile on my face for quite a lot of the first.
Oh, I was laughing a lot in this film.
No, in all seriousness, I enjoyed a lot of the first half. I didn't enjoy any of the stuff.
You enjoyed all the space stuff.
No, I didn't enjoy any of the stuff on the moon until the ship shows up.
Okay.
But did you like the modernized Earth kind of side of things? Like
Yeah.
that world building.
I kind of want to just say spoilers because, like,
Yeah, all right. Do you know what? Let's do this differently from what we usually do. Let's give the spoiler warning. We're going to be honest to all of you that are not going to don't want to hear any spoilers, and we'll just tell you now. We probably really, when it comes to the actual score, didn't really enjoy this.
Yeah.
So let's just give the spoiler warning now, and let's rip into this film for the next however many minutes.
How dare you mislead the children, Craig?
Yeah, so let's just throw out the spoiler and let's just go to town. It's a wild card episode, people. Let's go.
wild card, bitches.
Let's do it. It was worth it. We'll bleep it.
No, that's staying in.
Okay, cool. Go forward, Mark.
I've
Go.
already said bastards.
Yeah.
That counts.
That line's been drawn.
Like,
Mark,
bastards
go.
and bitches are words that are in the dictionary.
Mark, go.
Sorry.
It was in the dictionary. In the cast.
I'm not asking you to give the dictionary word for word. Just go into what you're planning on saying.
I liked a lot of the world building essentially and following on what's going on with Earth. I liked all the Jeff Goldblum stuff and the whole
Jeff Goldblum not acting anymore, just being William Shatner. What? Instead of acting, I'm just gonna stagger the pace that I speak at and just be Jeff Goldblum.
He's always done that though. He's always acted like
I know, but he doesn't even bother emoting or realistically reacting to anything anymore.
He used to do it with more nuance and like chaos theory, like
Yeah.
chaos theory. But still, I liked everything that was happening with him and finding, the ship that crashed as opposed to got destroyed. And I know you guys didn't like it, but I liked the whole war chief and the tribe battling the aliens on the
That
ground.
was crap.
I quite liked that a lot.
Got
It
always
was a poor
take it
man's-
from behind.
It was a poor man's
Whoa.
District 9.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but that's like,
An expensive poor man's District 9.
but I hated the whole like attempt, like a lot of the stuff on the moon I didn't like. I just didn't care about any of the younger characters. Didn't care about
Yeah.
Hiller's son. I didn't care about Liam Hemsworth.
Can I
Or-
say? Oh,
So
sorry.
it was just
Continue.
Thor grunting the whole time.
Continue.
I didn't like a lot of the stuff on the moon. I absolutely hated the other alien race and that whole.
Oh, Space Pac-Man.
The one from
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Guide to the Galaxy.
Like some of the effects were superb in the whole, the way you could see, I don't know, Saturn's rings were being distorted, and then the whole warping of space as that thing arrived, and then he's like, shoot it down, like
The definitive American accent.
So Scottish, in all honesty.
it was supposed to be Scottish.
Nice.
I hated that whole thing, and that became too much of a key plot point throughout the whole thing for me.
Just shoot it.
And it should have just been about fearing the aliens and.
Yeah.
I've been fine with knowing they were coming and preparing for it, and then they have all this deep space technology which can detect this advanced being, but they can't detect the ship that's half the size of the globe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was sat there. Here's a bit of an autobiography.
I know it's why they give us like 20 years to repair, and we're still like horrifically under.
We still don't know until it's 2 feet in front of us.
This is a little bit of an autobiographical aside from my experience in the film. I was sat there, and
What did it mean to you, Craig?
and there was the part where the guys, the former president, went into the container, and Steph said, "Oh wait, wasn't this in the last film?" And I turned to her and I said, "I don't think I've ever heard Liam Hemsworth's real voice." It just suddenly occurred to me in that moment that I've never heard him actually speak Australian. What does his voice sound like? Does he just sound like Chris Hemsworth? Because he does the American accent in every film.
Yeah, they both sound the
I
same.
know the family's Australian, but is he Australian?
That's why I don't know, and that's the only thing I've thought about since this film. It shows how little effect it had on me. Like,
And they're amazing in bar fights together.
oh yeah,
Hemsworth throws.
yeah. I've never heard him speak. This is confusing me now. Ooh. That's more important than this film. It's like, what does his voice actually sound like?
The worst thing is about this. I was really excited for a lot of it.
Well, you were excited to see this film in general.
I was really excited, and going in, I had that
little giddiness.
Yeah, that little giddiness and cautious optimism. And even though I could tell a lot of the way the film was made was really, really weird, and it didn't feel like Roland Emmerich to me at all. Because Roland Emmerich films are my guilty pleasure. Like, I love Day After Tomorrow in 2012, and even though I know they're bad films,
I hate 2012. Day After Tomorrow, I like.
I like Day After Tomorrow.
I like the fact you can outrun Frost.
even though
Science
Gives me hope.
even though I know they're bad films, I love them like just
as they are.
they are. But this, Independence Day and 10,000 BC and Godzilla and Stargate, I love them all. Coming into this, and I just didn't feel like Roland Emmerich at all.
Yeah.
And I didn't like that. Like, his big budget disastery films.
Yeah.
You get a sense of it when the ship's landing and you pick up the Burj Khalifa and drop it into the London Eye and all that retarded stuff. But I liked it,
Yeah.
but it just didn't feel right.
There's too many things going on that were unnecessary through the whole film. The film has loads of different
Plot points.
I want to say
and
plot threads, but that gives it too much credit.
character threads.
But yeah,
or attempts that.
but
yeah.
there's loads of-
attempts at character development for characters you just
Yeah.
don't care about. I mean, the
Yeah.
only characters you really care about are the president.
yeah.
And I don't even care about Jeff Goldblum at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or his dad or anything. The only the people I cared about were the president and, to an extent,
Data.
I'm just going to call him. Yeah, Data. I'm just going to call him the scientist man.
Yeah.
They were the only two characters that I really cared at all, and that was purely on nostalgia from Independence Day.
Yeah.
That's the thing, though. Like, even when it tried to turn little things that you thought from, there are a couple little bits that.
Oh, I loved how that was their biggest emotional thing, and it's It's like, is he going to propose to me? Are we going to get married? What house shall we buy? Oh, buy the little one, I think. Glad to know. Let's go die now.
The same with
I completely forgot about that bit. It shows how good it was.
No, there's loads of lines that just get thrown in that don't work. And there's loads of weird little things that... every time it tries to follow, it does that thing that loads of... trying to make a twist on the existing formula has become so predictable. It's not even a twist anymore. Where you try and follow a pattern that was done in the previous film. Like the end...
They just picked all the patterns.
But that's the thing. You think it's going to go the exact same way as previously, and then...
And it should have done.
And then it doesn't. Honesty. And then it doesn't. And they do that like 3 times with big events in this film. But you just know it's coming every time, and it just... And the problem is, the result isn't even surprising. The result isn't even something that happens that's at least entertaining. It's always too far, too ridiculous, to the point where you just don't care.
Because you get this exact same sort of like tentacle communication scene against the glass. You get the big thing down the sky
going into the ship.
The
actual final bombs sort of going off, things like that. They're all the same, but they add twists that don't work as well.
So again, as a big fan of Independence Day, I think it's a great sci-fi film, and it's extremely well staged, and
also because it hit on so many prime points on that, it was sort of like in the disaster field, but then also had the Top Gun feel, and it was just balls to the wall sci-fi stuff,
and a lot of great character development in this kind of like the way it worked, but also the way the aliens like acted. And the fundamental issue, I think, with this is they just abandoned everything that was established in the first film. Namely in the fact that, it's clearly stated like through the psychic connection that the president has that, their entire civilization, like on this ship, on the mothership, it's their entire civilization moving world to world. And it's the only way they survive. And now in this one, they're adding in like, this ship was actually here mining the core. And oh no, this is just a tiny little bit. There was a queen here as well. And there's millions of other queens, and they're destroying the entire galaxy.
They're retconning it.
There's all this. There's all this other alien race that they're more powerful, but they're too scared, and it just completely abandoned everything that the original set up.
It's becoming Starship Troopers.
That's not even
like that's where the next one would probably be if it's this war thing they're doing.
It just exactly. It just completely abandons what the original set up, and it's a complete disservice to it. I mean, I was prepared to take the jump, the leap of faith that maybe they were wrong, that there is more of these things, and these ones are coming back. There's a distress signal. That's fine. I can accept. I could have accepted that, but when they started adding, like, from a design perspective, I like the Queen. But I hate the fact that they turn them into a hive mentality, and the fact that as soon as you kill the Queen, everyone dies.
Yeah. Also, as well as that, like everyone they don't. They just return. They just go back to where they came from.
That's right. The ship activated its homing thing. But no, if they killed the Queen, all the others just died. Remember, because all the suits
fireworks,
shut down. All the suits shut down, and the thing crawled out. But
it was just. And
the other. One last thing. The other thing is, they gave them like laser guns. That was never seen in the original. Like, why did they do that
it was
now?
all telepathic.
But I really liked this, like the idea of the aliens, like telepathic attacks and having tentacles and things. And none of them had guns, but suddenly there's guns all over the ship. And also they changed the design of everything fundamentally.
And you see everything as well, because that was the other cool thing about Independence Day, was that you saw nothing barely. And it was really like a horror sort of element to it.
Well,
you get none of that.
I'm okay with the main mothership being different because it's bigger or whatever, but they changed the fighters, changed everything. It just...
See, this is where I think there are two things that stood out to me. There are two crimes that this film commits, and one is related to exactly what Irv said, and you've said before there, was... They explain everything. The whole film. There's no subtext. There's no reason for. There's stuff that's explained that isn't necessary. The film opens with the Madam President going to give a speech that explains everything that's just happened, and it's almost like pandering to you. It's like, I can't believe that this has happened. It's so unnatural.
20 years ago we were attacked, and now we will prepare, and something this thing, bad thing, let's shoot the bad thing. It'll turn out to be a good thing. Now bad things are happening. Bad things, where did that come from? That thing's like 3,000 miles wide. How did I not? Where's the telescope?
Every character interaction in this film is kind of unnatural. They don't speak like real people. They always introduce way too much.
They were the aliens all along. Humans, aliens, humans.
But
twist.
it's this whole thing that it's been written in a way that doesn't give the audience enough credit because it over explains absolutely everything, and which is weird because, like you said, the first film, nothing's really explained, and it only adds to the film because there's this sense of things being unknown. And like I said, the aliens, you see so much of them. You see them walking about in their ship and everything, to the point where it's kind of, it takes away, it's exactly what we said with The Conjuring to a degree, that you see too much of something, it becomes too
nullifies it.
Yeah, the unknown is much scarier. Like I said, if it was more about the fear of the aliens coming and what it could do, and it followed the more interesting characters, which were the former president and the scientist.
The thing
that would have been much better.
The thing that made them interesting as well, and again also with the warlord, who I liked, but you didn't, was the psychic connection.
That was really interesting.
That was really interesting, and having the alien language, and having the warlord deciphered some of the language. All that was sort of cool world building, but then it just turned out to be against this thing that they fear, which is this stupid glowing orb inside a glowing orb.
It's
that
like
can easily be shot down with human weaponry.
They could have had this kind of psychological thriller aspect to it, and then had it build up to this big sort of scene. The whole film tried to be big from the very beginning to the point where they had to explain everything. And
if they went the Cloverfield route, that would have been amazing. Just make something a completely different beast, but with some cool edge to it.
Yeah, exactly.
So we take the last one, we just do it again, make it bigger.
It kind of neutered everything that the original Independence Day was.
It really did. It really did.
But the other crime to this, and it's really visible in this film, and it's something that I only noticed recently with any films that use green screen and things really extensively, is there's the same shot for all green screen. Everyone stands in a line, and you're looking at them from the front or behind. Or there's two people at maximum, or just one person facing another person, and that's all there is. They don't have anyone move around or interact with anything because it's just in front of this green
standing screen. The movie. The
difference in the scene where they're on the moon and it's in the canteen, and you see him move into that set and walk into space. That works really well in terms of a shot and how the character interacts with everything, even though all he's doing is walking through it. But then when they're out in the desert for parts with like wreckage in the background, or there's these other scenes, everyone's just standing stationary in a line, and we're only seeing their upper body a lot of the time, or it's a big sweeping shot. And I never realized until this film that that's how all these green screen films go, that it's just people standing and then we see them like of these same shots.
Unless it's Kung Fury.
But that's the thing, it's also really jarring because we're going from these big dramatic alien battle shots to just characters
standing in
upper
a line,
bodies standing in a line, looking at a background. Like it's really weird, and it became really obnoxious when I noticed it, and then I kept seeing it, and it detracts from everything. Like it worked in Independence Day, the original Independence Day, because there's loads of. They don't need this big CG backdrop because a lot of it's based in the real world, and there's a lot of just cockpit cams or like people, just talking with each other, interacting, and there's a lot of set stuff. This one, it just really makes it feel awkward and weird. And you've got Jeff Goldblum over unacting to this green backdrop. Oh no, I love Jeff Goldblum, but it's just that camouflage tent he was hiding his lack of acting ability under it's gone. It's completely gone, and he's just Jeff Goldblum now. And
also as well had that real Transformers, really low grade international appeal sort of thing.
I was going to say that now that you've made me think about that now, this is very similar to the most recent Transformers film. It's not
bland and pointless
and overlong. Well, it wasn't that overlong.
No, it wasn't that overlong.
It was only 2 hours.
It was longer than
feels so long.
They didn't need to put all that stuff into it.
No, the way they were.
Mark just can't even.
I just can't even. No, the way they were bringing the film, that the aliens just did nothing for what it appeared they were actually going to do. I mean, like
all it was just them talking about what they're going to do, and then they ended up doing nothing.
And apparently, they're all they're doing there is they're going to land and destroy the planet
and terraform it.
No, they weren't even terraform. They're just going to destroy the core.
They were literally using.
Did you like the Russians?
For us, it was a global attack. For them, it was stopping at a petrol station. That's literally what it was.
And also another thing, how did it fit tonally for you guys? Because I remember the cinema was sort of half full, and then there was like loads of these laugh points, but then hardly anyone laughed.
Yeah, we had almost no one in the cinema, and it was
the only point they laughed at was like the guys on the boat.
Yeah,
were like, we only do it for 100 million. It's like, they'll pay it. We do it, and that was the only laugh.
Did you guys feel any tension or stakes in this film at all?
No,
because I didn't. In any way, it just felt like everything. We know everything's going to be fine. It's going to be okay.
Although, like you were saying earlier, like
didn't even care about character deaths.
I was just about to say the exact same thing when the mother dies.
It was so funny,
so stupid and unnecessary.
And also, like we just see her from a distance, CGI falling.
It's a good thing he got there in perfect time to see the exact situation.
Yeah.
Like,
but also as well, that's another thing. I really need to keep like a track record of this. I need to have like an Excel spreadsheet of the dead parents chart in 2016. So many dead parents.
Oh yeah, and the president as well. He's a dead parent. Hitler, dead parent before the film even starts.
Yeah.
So much ridiculous stuff.
I know, the Will Smith stuff.
Because I remember Will Smith. I love how it's just like that random painting in the White House as well.
Yeah.
Is he being paid for his photo, his visage? Is he being paid for that?
I mean, like originally, Will Smith stepped out because he didn't like the script. He didn't like the idea of where this was going. It's like, oh come on, it's Roland Emmerich. It's Independence Day. How can it be that bad? Yeah, he was so right. He chose Suicide Squad over this, so I hope Suicide Squad.
Yeah, but this is the same guy that chose Wild Wild West over The Matrix. So
I stand by that.
I quite like Wild Wild West. That's a guilty pleasure.
I don't think Will Smith would have suited The Matrix.
Nah. You need someone bland and someone. Okay. Jai Courtney, Sam Worthington. No, they're too built. They don't look like they've been starved of muscle for years. Stop drinking that muscle milk. You're supposed to be in The Matrix.
Oh, I love
Keanu was his best choice.
Yeah.
Canoe. He was.
Canoe. The Canoe
Reavers.
Canoe reads. All right. So, are we ready to give our score?
Wait.
What else?
More stuff.
Every time I say that, there's always something else.
Is there anything you liked about it? Like, actually liked about it?
No, there was a couple of CG things and
couple of CG things.
That's the only way I can say it.
I really like that bin detail.
The moon base, like interior stuff. I loved that actual set that they did, and I liked. I don't think it needed to be this big sci-fi future. I understand it for story purposes, but it made the film feel very sterile at points. And yeah, other than that, I had a laugh at this, but but that's not this film's intended effect.
Yeah.
So
this film knows it's supposed to be cheesy.
I thought the daughter was attractive.
Oh God. Yeah, so you've got all the majority of the cast. This is returning cast. The president and Data.
Who else? Goldblum's father.
Goldblum himself.
Schmuck.
Hiller's mum. That was the same actress.
The general, who you see at the ceremony. Who else?
But still, like the
scientists, everything. Yeah.
A lot of the cast is returning, obviously, except for Will Smith, but he's written out.
Yeah.
Whereas the daughter of the president was recast apparently because even though the original actress wanted to do it, she'd love to do it. She was recast because she wasn't attractive enough.
See, this is the Michael Bay excuse again, isn't it? This is like
she refused to clean my car.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. I don't agree with it.
So that's hilarious.
Hollywood.
Irv, what did you like?
Only thing I sort of liked was in the mothership, the sequence
in the long grass.
Yeah, in the long grass. That was the only thing I liked, pretty much.
Yeah, that was cool.
I didn't really.
They had the sort of sustained thing, that would been cool at the start. When you're still like an unknown, or
but the whole sequence leading up to getting in there is, oh, she baited us, lead them into the ship. Oh, it's a trap with all these crazy, these things that are going to stop the bombs going off, even though they could have just destroyed them all.
Yeah,
and the whole point of the Queen leaving this big ass ship was to go and get the whitey glowy ball thing, which would have just been destroyed when they destroyed the planet anyway, and.
Whitey glowy space.
So much of the film was unnecessary and pointless.
Yeah.
The entire film was.
We were expecting balls to the wall and we just got balls. Or balls singular.
See, when they were like, oh, my people have established this planet where people can learn about the
defense matrix.
They're all the refugees that are to learn about the defense stuff. And then so it's like, okay, so your people are teaching them how to defend it. Then the ball says, "I'm the last of my kind."
Yeah.
And straight away I was like, who's teaching them? Are they just sitting there with sticks being like, when the ball comes back, it's going to see how good I done?
Or no, or if the balls...
when the ball comes back.
Or if the ball's a real cynic, it just puts like another ball there that isn't like another species. And we go that way.
This is the thing. All right, I'm going to put on my imagination cap. I'm the ball. I come out. I'm thinking, who are all these people?
Imagination cap.
Who are these people? What are they doing?
even just
Oh
the
man, I
voice.
better create a scenario so I seem more valuable so they don't kill me because I'm just a ball. Like,
But also the voice as well. It was just like a random sat nav voice.
I know.
You know, it's like...
But the ball itself as well. I mean, this thing's supposed to be almost omnipotent and it's gathering all these people from all these planets. Why does it decide to turn up 30 seconds before the actual mothership does? Like, oh, I'll go save Earth. Oh, too late.
why is a genderless ball classed as a her? Because of the sound of the voice that an alien wouldn't recognize as anything anyway. It was just straight away. I just
love someone listening to this out of context.
Why is the ball female?
no. I hope that stick planet's doing okay though. Like, I'm just imagining all of these like orbital cannons around it, and all the people on the surface like, John, I found a rock. It's like, that could work.
When
I have a
aliens,
stick.
when these aliens come back, I'm gonna give them such a whooping.
I've got a rock. I've got a stick. Man, I hope when Hillary comes back, she's got a rope. Then we can really make something. We'll give those aliens the good old college try.
So I really liked some of the returning characters and the ideas where they were going. I liked some of the stuff going on Earth, and even though I didn't think it was necessary in the film, I liked the Queen and the whole design of her and the way that all worked. But I didn't like the whole hurricane of ships to protect her and all that.
Yeah, and then chasing the school bus full of orphans.
Oh my god!
That's how you make someone hate a bad guy. You make him chase a school bus full of
And
orphans.
also dead parents squared because the parents were going to visit like the grandparents on the East Coast, and then the East Coast got obliterated.
yeah.
But then, you know, Jeff Goldblum daddy survived on the boat that I think did it land on like
Yeah, he was just sitting in a chair and he was like,
and he was saved
yeah.
by those other kids
Yeah.
with dead parents. Yeah.
oh, it's a man, he moved a bit, let's go save him. No, I gotta visit my boyfriend. Oh, but he's dead.
Kyle. Yeah, her boyfriend Kyle. I don't know why I remember that.
Kyle.
He's just upset because her boyfriend Kyle's dead. And it's like, whoa.
It's team played by Jai Courtney.
Kids are cruel. No, The Rock.
But yeah, it was such a disappointment. Like,
Ready to give it a rating though?
I had a smile on my face for a lot of the action sequences, but they were it was a forced hollow smile.
Yeah, it was a
And
soulless
also just
smile.
when it's like so flippant as well, you know, like all of London gets obliterated.
Yeah.
Oh, they really like the landmarks.
Again,
People are dead, Goldblum.
they love
Children are dead. Pets are dead.
they love to get the landmarks with the Burj Khalifa.
I know also that dog was like really ugly.
Oh God, yeah.
The evil eyes is like, ugh, that's unsightly.
It also taught us the great message that we are in the future when there's an alien threat and we're all united and there's a big global force that America will save us all and none of the rest of the world will even chip in at any point. It was just America.
Oh no, also, yeah, who else was up for doing like a strike? It was the Russians and the French. You know, remember it was like, you know, what shall we do? Shall we shoot it?
Should we? Yeah.
Russians and the French are on board.
Yeah,
Kill
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
We should wait and see what it wants. I think this is a bad idea. Boom. That's exciting. Thanks.
All right, so ready to give it a rating?
Yeah.
Okay, Mark, shoot first.
I always shoot last. Underwhelmed.
I will also give it an underwhelmed because it's rubbish.
Again, I didn't hate it. It's just not what I thought it was.
There's other films that are out right now that I haven't seen that I will recommend people go and see. Because I'm pretty sure that what's the one with The Rock and Kevin Hart? I'm sure that'll be more enjoyable.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah. Wait and see. But there's like it's not like there's nothing else to see. So
a big heart and a little Johnson. Wait a minute. Oh, overwhelmed in the dead parents rating, but underwhelmed as like, you know,
as a film
with something to stay awake to.
You said it, my favorite summary was Irv said to me, it's like, I went to see it and I was watching it and I thought to myself,
I could be sleeping
be sleeping right now. It's like that's a great summary.
With my always objective sci-fi loving goggles on.
I know you enjoyed it.
but
not enough to give it above an Underwhelmed.
but it was a bad film.
Because just after that, I was like, oh, I need to rinse this out my mouth, so I'll see a good sci-fi film, watch Sunshine. I was like, oh,
this will not be
Sunshine now.
This will not be our top list for the end of the year.
I know, because it's like, oh, will this top Nice Guys for Best of June? It's like, nah.
This is one of my most anticipated films of the year as well.
Oh dear God,
I just feel so let down.
Everybody
I wonder what
sometimes.
On another note, I wonder what noise that space ball would make if it deflates. Oh, it'd just be like that female thingy voice just going, ooh.
It vocalizes it.
Aga!
But yeah, that's a good point to end on. A depressing one. America!
Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters!